The story with a very provocative title, which he will share with you. It's all yours, Yoel.
Thank you, Rena. Hello, my friends. Good evening, good morning, good night, depending where are you now. Rena asked me to tell a story of a healing story from the Sephardic tradition. Some of the tastes and the smells of the Jews of Sepharad, of Spain. I say to her, Rina, I have exactly the story you need. It is a story that I heard from my mother. The story about the king that was pregnant. Well, you see, I come from a Jewish Sephardic family that came to Israel about more than 200 years. And my ancestors, they lived in the region of Aragon in Spain. And the truth is that part of you, those people who live in the new world, that's mean in America, owe it to him. You ask why? Well, this is a story that was telling. One of my great-great-grandparents, he lived in Spain in the 14th century, and he was forced to convert to Christianity and was given the name Luis de San Angel, Luis of the Saint Angel, yeah. And for 100 years, my forefathers, they lived in Spain as a family of conversos. They practiced Christianity outwardly, but in secret, they preserved their Judaism, their customs, and their prayers, etc. They were a very, very rich family of bankers. And 100 later, in 1492, there was a man by the name of Colon, and you probably know him as Columbus, who looked for funding to his trip to India. So he turned to this Luis de Sant Angel, and he received from him the funding to the trip. And after he discovered America, he sent a letter from the Canary Islands to tell everyone about the discovery. And this letter was not to King Ferdinand, but to this Christian Jew. And he thanks him for all the funding of the trip, and he tells about his adventures there. And the letter survived till today, and you can find it, translation of it in the English in the Wikipedia. So if you live there in America, you must know that it is thanks to one of my ancestors. Now, after the deportation from Spain, my family came to Thessaloniki, and there they came back to Judaism openly and to their family name that they kept all these years. Now, the Jews of Spain were part of the Spanish culture, you can say, that was common to Jews, to Christians, to Muslims. And when they left Spain and came to the Ottoman Empire, they continued to talk in the Spanish of the Yemei HaBinaim, how you say, Moyen Age. Yeah? And they
The
bring
Middle
them,
Ages.
yeah, Middle Age, of course. And they brought with them all the treasures of their culture, songs, romances, stories, proverbs. And my mother, Rivka Netchinio, and my grandmother, grandmom Tamar, they were natural storytellers. And I grew up on the songs and the stories that my mother told me and that she heard from her mother. One of the songs that my mother used to sing was a love song that says something like this. Mother, I've never seen a bird with blue eyes, red lips, and white wings like a jasmine flower. Where did this bird come from? She wants to nest in my heart. Mama yo no tengo visto pasado con ojos mavis, rubio como la canela, blanco como el yasemin, rubio como la canela, blanco como el yasemin. But you are dying to hear the story about the pregnant king, so I'll not keep you in suspense. One day, my mother saw that I am very worried from all sorts of reasons. So she asked me, Yoel, why are you so worried? Everything will work out in the end. You know what? You remind me the story about the king that was pregnant. The king that was pregnant? What kind of story is this? I never heard such a thing. Well, sit here by me, said my mother, and I'll tell you the story. Había de ser, as they say in Spanish or Ladino. Once upon a time, there was a king. All the stories, begin with the fact that once upon a time, there was a king. Now, this king, he was sick. He had an eye disease. And all the time, he rubbed his eyes. And he summoned doctors from all over the kingdom, but no doctor could help him. And one day, a Jewish doctor came to him. And the king said, if you succeed to heal me, you will get from me a lot of gifts. Okay, said the doctor, let me check you. So he checked him for a long time. He looked at his sick eyes. He felt his pulse, and he listened to his heart, and he examined his stomach. And finally, he said to him, my lord, the king, I'm not sure that I can really cure your eyes, but there is here something very strange. Something strange? What do you mean? Well, my lord, the king, when I checked you, I found out that apart from your eyes, you have something very rare. It turns out that you are pregnant. I'm pregnant? How comes? How it can be? Well, Your Majesty, this is a very rare phenomenon, but it happens sometimes. And in some months, you will give birth. Well, the king, he was really astonished. He was shocked. Are you sure? He said to him. Yes, said the doctor. According to all signs, you are pregnant. There is nothing to do. Take care, eat healthy food, and everything will be fine. So from that day, the king began every day to check himself, to look for signs for pregnancy, to check if he has a nausea. He said, bchila, how do you say nausea? In the morning, or that he craving to many foods that he did not thought about them in the past. And all the time, he felt his stomach and he checked. And in short, what shall I tell you? 2 months have passed, 9 months passed, and nothing happened. So finally, he invited the doctor and said to him, what is your story? 9 months has passed and nothing happened. And what about your eyes? Said the doctor. A Jew, when they ask him a question, always he answers with a question of his own. My eyes? Well, my eyes, they completely healed. Everything is fine. Well, if this is the situation, said the doctor, my remedy, it succeeded. Because, when I checked you, I saw that all the time you constantly rub your eyes. So the inflammation of your inflammation did not heal. This is the reason why I told you that you are pregnant. And the moment you begin to think about your pregnancy, you did not think anymore about your eyes, and you stopped rubbing them, and the inflammation disappeared. Well, I don't know what he got from the king, what gifts, but the story of my mother, it helped me because I began to think about the story and I forgot from all my worries. And you also, if you are worried from the COVID-19, think about my story and everything will work out for the best. Thank you.